Okay, to get started, it's very easy. There are three easy steps. The first step is to create a free Instapage account. So once you click on the button, you'll be taken to a page that says start a free trial. And just click on the free trial button, set up your account. Once you set it up, come back to this main page and move on to step two, which is downloading the free template and save it in a folder that you can easily find. Once you've downloaded that template, go back to your Instapage account, and in your account, there's a button on the top left-hand corner that says Create a New Page. When you do that, you will see three main options. You just want to scroll down to the third one, which says Upload Instapage File. And all you need to do is select the file you just downloaded a moment ago, and the template will automatically load into your account. The next step is really to make it your own. So on the right-hand corner, there's a button that says Edit Design. Click on that, and you'll see the actual template, and it has all the sections that you saw in the live sample. One of the things that's helpful to understand is that this template is broken out into what's called blocks. So this makes it really easy to manage the page. In some cases, you can delete a block if the content is not relevant to you. You can duplicate a block, you can move a block. So it just makes it really easy to manage the content based on your specifics. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but you can play around with it as needed. So let's go and start from the top and work our way down. So the first thing is to change the cover photo. So if you highlight it, you can choose the option to change the photo here on the right-hand side. Many people like to use their office photo or any other cover photo. There are a bunch of free options here, so I'll just go with this for now. And so you can make changes throughout where you just highlight the picture and put in your own picture. You can highlight the text and put in your own name, and any other details as you go through it. It's really easy. Just basically double click and change the content so it's unique to you and specific to your situation. So I'm just going to put in some new placeholder information, but this is the part that you make it your own. Most of the template is just this, it's just a bunch of text and some links that you can put in, change it, and move it around exactly the way you want. So this is the About Me section, basically your bio. In most cases, you probably already have one ready to go, so you can just copy it, paste it, and as I mentioned before, you can really make it your own. So if you don't like About Me, you can call it Background. You can name it anything you want. You can also move sections around, move different content around. So if you wanted to make things to be, you wanted things to be placed in a certain way, you just highlight it, drag it around, move it into different spots. It really doesn't take too much. The other thing I wanted to highlight is that if you notice, the office location has hyperlinks. So if you click on one of these links, it'll actually take you to the office location in Google Maps, which is really cool and makes it super easy for people to get to you, right? They just click on get directions and they can find your office. We'll come back to this later, but also you can edit some of these other content here on the services section. Scroll down about your company, the logo, and further down here you got your videos. Super easy. Just go in, click on it, choose the edit option and put in the new link of the video, and you're done. And if you don't have videos, no problem, you can delete the whole section, or if you only have one video, you can delete one video. You can also go to the in the news section and add any news mentions. If that's not the section you want, you can change it to a newsletter section or a white paper section. It's super flexible. The structure here is, there's a title, description, picture, and you just go in and edit it based on your actual content. I put it in a word section here, but it works pretty much the same way with the title, description, and picture. So if you have awards or if you have other content you want to put here, you can put it in and flip it in the way you want. If we go towards the bottom, there's a message section. This is the form that someone would complete if they wanted to learn more about, working with you. You can customize this. You can add fields, remove fields. You can create different types of fields. You can get really detailed. This is a super simple form, but you can spend a lot of time if you really wanted to. But wanted to keep it simple. Another thing I'd mention here is on the right-hand side, there's a submission section. So if you want to have a custom message when someone does send a message, there are a bunch of options. I kept it simple. Just put a really, short thank you message. You can do a lot of things here, but won't go too much into it. Last section is the footer, includes the logo and an area for disclosure language if applicable. And you can change it based on whatever requirements your company or that your compliance requires. And I think we've covered everything. It's pretty much quick and easy. The only thing I wanted to cover is the office location that I touched on just a while ago. And as I mentioned to you, all you really do is go to Google Maps, type in the office address. Once that comes up, there's a button that says share. And if you click on that button, there is a link that says copy that link and come back and just highlight the address again, choose outside URL, drop that link, choose open a new tab, track it. And if someone clicks on that link, they'll be hyperlinked to Google Maps and they can get directions to your office. So it makes it really convenient. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the schedule call button. I think it's awesome to be able to have the option to make it easy for people to quickly schedule a call based on times that you're available and they're available. Just saves a lot of back and forth. I suggest using a free service. The one I'm suggesting is Acuity Scheduling. There are a bunch of them out there. You can use whichever you like. If you already use one, you can just link that. But with Acuity, it does exactly what you'd expect. There are like 3 steps to get going. Once you complete those, and you can follow it through Acuity directly. But once you're done, you just go to the client scheduling page section on the left hand side. If you click on that, you'll see a nice big link. Press copy, and you're done. Come back, click on the button, choose outside URL, and then you can hyperlink some scheduling page. So it's really easy to do, and I'll show you how this looks in real time. But before we do that, I wanted to switch over to the mobile view. A lot of your referrals will be using their mobile device to access this page. So you got to make sure that it looks great. Lucky for you, we've done most of all the hard work. Now, the thing you have to remember is that if you make changes to the template, if you move things around, it will affect the mobile view. Not a big deal. All you really need to do is just come back to this mobile view, move things around so they look the way they should. It's super simple. Drag and drop. You can move things around, but you just want to make sure that you do this so that you ensure that people are looking at it on their mobile device and have a very clean experience. Similar to the desktop view, just highlight stuff, move it around, align it, and make sure it looks straight. So I just want to move this around, make sure that the spacing is the way that you want it. And you can make things bigger, smaller. You can make sure to just kind of clean up any of the big open spaces if they do exist. But for the most part, you actually don't need to make any changes unless you make changes to the actual template. If you're just making text changes and hyperlink changes, there's going to be really very little that you'll need to do, if anything. But just wanted to make sure that you're aware of this in the case that you do make any changes. Now, just make sure to save everything, and let's go to the preview. Here you can see what it looks like in real life. Remember, this is a great time to just check all the buttons and the links to make sure that they work and they send you to the right place. If everything looks great, I would just go back to the main dashboard where you can publish. If you're doing this for the first time, you'll get a prompt that asks you to set URL. Now, you can connect this to your company domain as well as any other of the options that are here. The fastest way to get this out the door is just choose the demo page option. And you can always change this later. One thing I'd suggest is try to choose a name that's short and easy. And then that's it. Save it, publish it, and you are good to go. And if you click on this link, it will show you the actual live page with a live URL. You can copy that URL. You can, and here places though I would suggest you use it. You should put it in your email signature. So somewhere in your email signature, you say, hey, check out my referral page so that your current clients know that there's a page that they can use to send to their friends and family. You should put it in your LinkedIn profile. You should put it in any other public or digital profile you have out there. So maybe your Twitter bio, your Facebook page, and any other social media or digital account that you may have. And that's really it. It should all take just, you can do everything in less than an hour. And I wish you guys of luck. Hopefully, you get some new clients out of this, and this takes your business to the next level.